use your imagination to create them. Now, where was I? William defeated the forces of King Howell.
Who all is that? How the students never know you were saying? Oh!
Alice in Wonderland, where is the path to Wonderland? Over the hill or under the land, or just behind the tree. When clouds go rolling by, they roll away and leave the sky. Where is the land beyond the eye? The people cannot see. Where can it be? Where do stars go? Where is the crescent moon? They must be somewhere in a sunny Alice in Wonderland, where is the path to Wonderland? Over the hill or here or there, I
Where'd you come from? Why does she grin at me like that?
Don't you know? Cheshire cats always smile.
My cat Diamond never smiles. How do I get to the end of this?
The question is there any such thing?
Of course there is. Everything comes to an end sometime.
There might be a beginning, you know.
Beginning of what?
Well, how will I know until I know more about you? The fall didn't hurt you at all.
That it didn't. And it's very curious because it lasted a very long time.
That's because you belong here.
I wish you wouldn't talk nonsense.
I wish you'd mind your manners.
I didn't mean to be rude.
Then don't be. It doesn't work down here.
I only asked, where am I?
And I told you you're where you belong. And that all depends on what's going on inside of you.
I don't know what you mean.
How do you suppose you got down the rabbit hole?
I fell. I was sitting by my sister on the riverbank, and then a rabbit ran by. She was talking to herself. And then she took a clock out of her pocket and looked at it, and that made me so curious I ran after her. And when she popped down a rabbit hole, I just popped right down after her.
And you entirely forgot that little girls don't go down rabbit holes?
Why, yes. I just felt suddenly that I had to see what she was doing.
Exactly. And so here you are. And you never once stopped to think how you were going to get back out again.
Oh, Cat, please, I want to go back.
It's one thing to think so, and another to do it.
I wish you wouldn't contradict me all the time.
Oh, very well. Go right ahead and fall back up again.
You don't fall up. You climb. Where I fell off, it went up like a wall. Suppose I couldn't climb back up again.
I am supposing it.
It's a little frightening, Cat. Is there any way out of here?
Yes, but it's of no use whatever to want that.
Why not?
Every hour is a one-way road. It takes you where you want to go, but it can never take you back again.
I want to see the sky. I want to see my kid. Isn't there any way out?
Dozens of ways. There's a way for me and a way for you. one for Sue. But you can never go back if you walk alone, for every Jack has a way of his own. Now your way is through the garden where the trial is held.
How do I get there?
You can't.
It's very confusing. First you say I must go through the garden, and then you say I can't.
I didn't say that. I said you couldn't go to it.
And then how am I to go through it? Answer that.
When you belong in the garden, it will come to you.
I never saw a garden move.
You never saw much, and that's fact.
Wait, please, just your cat. Where did you go?
I thought the rain would never end.
I'm dripping wet. I'm soaked to the bone. Quack.
Sit down, all of you, and listen to me. I'll soon make you dry enough. Ahem! Are you all ready? This is the driest thing I know. William the Conqueror, whose cause was favored by the Pope, was soon submitted to by the English. Wah, 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 wah. I beg your pardon. Did you speak?
Not I.
I thought you did. I proceed. Edward Morcar, the Earls of Mercia and Northumbria, found it advisable.
Found what?
Found it. Of course, you know what it means.
Of course I know what it means when I find a thing. It's generally a frog or a worm. The question is, what did the Archbishop find?
Found it advisable to go with Edgar Atheling to meet with William. Wah, 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 wah. How are you getting on now, my dear?
I'm getting along fine, but the others seem as wet as ever. It doesn't seem to dry them at all.
Oh, well, in that case, I move that the meeting be adjourned for the immediate adoption of more energetic remedies.
Speak English! I don't understand a word you're saying! And what's more, I don't think you do either!
What I meant to say was, the best way for us to get dry would be to have a caucus race.
But what is a caucus race?
Why, the best way to explain it is to do it. Come on, let's go. Line up. All right. On your mark. Get set. Go!
Everybody take our place before we start the caucus race. With your wings and feet and limbs, soon the race begins. Once and words caught in the rain, race until they try again. When you hear them sneeze and cough, they're off. They're off. They're off. Forwards, backwards, inwards, upwards, bottom to the top. Makes the difference where you run as long as you go slow. Since there is no finish line, you fight there at your shoes. But when the race is over, no one ever seems to lose. Prizes! 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 To the sliding toes. Some will take a forward when they reach the lower walls. And in victory, take the chasing crazy butterflies. And the caucus race where everybody wins a prize. And the caucus race where everybody wins a prize. And the caucus race where everybody wins a prize.
The race is over. Why, everybody has won. And all must have prizes. Prizes?
Prizes! But who's to give the prizes?
Why, she, of course.
All I have are some treats for Dinah.
And who is Dinah, if I may venture to ask the question?
And Dinah's my cat. I want a capital one for catching mice. I can't think. And you should see her after the birds. Watch her just as soon as eat them and look at him.
I really must be going now. Night air doesn't soothe my throat.
Oh, it's high time I went to bed.
Polly wants a cracker! Yeah.
Well, I wish I hadn't mentioned Dinah. Nobody seems to like her down here, and I'm sure she's the best cat in the world. Oh, my dear Dinah, will I ever see you again?
Who are you?
I hardly know Miss Caterpillar. At least I knew who I was when I got up this morning, but I must have turned to somebody else.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, ma'am, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
Well, when I got up this morning, I was just Alice. But a little while ago, I was the size of a rabbit. And now I'm the size of a mushroom. Meeting so many sizes in one day is confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet. But soon you'll turn to a cocoon, and then into a butterfly. You'll feel a little queer then, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, it feels queer to me, as if I were somebody stupid.
You are.
No, I'm not. I'm the head of my class. At least, I was. I'll try to see if I know the things I used to know. 4 times 5 is 12.
Wrong.
I'll try geography. London is the capital of Paris? That's not right, I'm certain.
Try some poetry. Recite, you are old, Father William.
You're old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. That you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right?
In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared I might injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why do it again and again?
You were old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned the back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that?
In my youth, said the sage as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling a box, allow me to sell you a couple.
You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones in the beak. How did you manage to do it?
In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife. And the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life.
You were old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever?
I have answered 3 questions and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off or I'll kick you downstairs.
He kicked them in the butt.
That is not said, right?
Not quite right, I'm afraid. Some of the words have gotten altered.
It is wrong from beginning to end.
You see, I've changed a great deal, ma'am.
You haven't.
Oh, it's no use talking to you. I want to find the garden, where the trial is. Things you say are no use to me at all.
They are.
You make such very short and rude remarks.
I don't.
If you're going to contradict every single thing I say,
I'm not.
well, you have been doing, you can't deny that.
I can. Come back. I have something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No.
What else, ma'am?
Saying it is one thing, and doing it another.
Keeping my temper, you mean? I'll try my best. I'm usually very polite, but things are so queer down here. What shall I do next, Miss Caterpillar? Cheshire Cat, would you tell me, please? Cheshire Cat, would you tell me, please? Which way up to go from here? What sort of people live about here?
Well, in that direction lives a hatter,
And
in that direction lives a hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
but I don't want to be among mad people.
Well, you can't help that. We're all mad here.
But I don't want to be among mad people.
How I wonder what you are.
Here's a playground.
Look at this. Not in her place. Let's move her. There. No, the TV. down here without being invited?
I didn't know it was your table. It's set out for great many more than 3. If you please, will you tell me?
Shall we tell her?
You don't know what I'm going to ask
It
yet.
doesn't matter what it is.
What matters is how you behave.
Ask her a riddle.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I think I can guess the answer to that
Do you mean you think you can find out the answer to it?
one. Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least, I mean what I said. It's the same thing, you know.
It's not the same thing a bit. You might as well say I see what I eat is the same as I eat what I see.
You just might as well say I like what I get. It's the same as I get what I like.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same as I sleep when I breathe.
How'd you guess the riddle then?
Why is a raven like a writing desk? No, I give up. What's the answer?
Well, I haven't the slightest idea.
Or I.
Well, I should think you'd find something better to do with your time than asking riddles that haven't any answers.
There's nothing to do with our time but have tea. It's always 6 o'clock here.
Is that the reason so many tea things are set out?
Yes, that's it. And we've not time to wash them in between.
And you keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so. I want a clean cup now. I'll move one place.
Oh, wake up! Wake up! We want to move! It's no use. He won't wake up till 6:30.
It's very trying to always have a clock stuck at 6 o'clock.
I told you to put some butter in it.
Oh, please don't do that.
Why not?
You'll spoil it.
It's the best butter.
Oh, you mustn't.
Did you ever try it?
No.
Then shut your mouth. Hand me the bread knife.
Anyway, don't put it with the bread knife. You're bound to get crumbs in it as well.
Maybe that's just what it needs.
You'll stop your clock.
Stop it. How can I stop it when it isn't even going?
Answer that.
I can't, but
Then hold your tongue.
It was the best butter, you know.
Try some hot tea.
It's no use. It's still 6 o'clock. He won't wake up. Try some tea on his nose. Clean up. Clean up. Move down.
this isn't very tidy. It's been used before.
What's good enough for us is good enough for
If
you.
it was good enough, then why don't you stay here?
The rule is move down 3 places.
But now that there are 4 of us,
Look, if you can't be civil, you better wait until you're invited.
it was very nice of you to take me in, I'm sure.
I vote the young lady recites a poem.
I'm afraid I wouldn't get it right.
We'll recite a hymn. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Dog itches. Not see the dormouse, silly.
Begin. You hit her. She doesn't mind me. Now then, recite.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat.
Now go on, go on.
He doesn't know anything.
Oh, I wonder what you're at.
Michael, she doesn't know anything.
That's not right, I'm certain.
There's nothing right about it.
Twinkle, twinkle, star.
Hit her on both sides at once.
You spilled the milk.
Pick it up then.
I can't pick up milk.
Ah, you can't do much, and that's a fact.
I'd be very glad to wipe it up if I had a clean cloth. It's gone into the ground as well.
Oh, there's plenty of clean ground. Help us move the table.
And mind what you think about while you do it.
Please, what must I think about?
Why, all manners of things. Everything that begins with an M.
Like, the boot, and mousetraps, memory, muchness.
Have some more tea.
I haven't had any yet, so I
You mean you can't have less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion. Or, that is, thank you very much. I'm sure it's easier to take more than nothing.
Sit down and do it then.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I wonder what you
Put him in the teapot!
Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Twinkle, 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 twinkle.
Get in there!
Twinkle, twinkle,
Help me!
twinkle, twinkle.
Be quiet or I'll pour the hot water on your head!
If you please, and excuse me, O Dormouse, O Hatter, O March Hare, would you be so kind as to tell me the way to the garden?
Just keep on going the way you're going now.
Goodbye. Goodbye, O Dormouse, O Hatter, goodbye. Goodbye, O kind March Hare.
There's some clean ground over there. Out of here, you lazy rodents!
Keep on going the way I'm going now. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right in one place. The question is there any such thing? Of course there is. Every place is one place. Certainly not. For instance, this was the place where you lost your temper, wasn't it? I'm afraid so. That's one. And it's the place where you kept it, isn't it? I tried to. That's two. And it's the place where there wasn't any garden. And yet I did keep my temper. I was very polite. That's three. And now it's the place where there is a garden. That's four. What a lovely garden.
It's a bread and butterflies, taste the tulips. And the sun is like the toy balloon. Never get up in the morning glories in the golden afternoon. There are dizzy daffodils on the hillside, sings the violets are all in tune. Tiger lilies on the dandelions, in the golden afternoon. There are talking caterpillars and the carpets meant to be, where the lazy daisies love the berry, peaceful life may be. Oh! You can learn a lot of things from the flowers, or especially in the month of June. There's a wealth of happiness and romance, and all in the golden afternoon.
What a lovely garden. But I don't see any place for a trial. How do you know you don't? Well, there ought to be jury boxes for a trial is. I don't know exactly what they are, but I've read about them in the paper. When you belong in a trial, it will come to you. Will it come when I don't know it? Like the garden? Yes, but you'll have to run very fast. Very, very fast. Why must I run if the trial's right here? Well, it'll be one of those times. You have to run as fast as you can to stay where you are. Or faster. I wish you wouldn't keep talking nonsense. Of course, if you're going to begin to lose your temper again, then I'm very well. I'm really very, very sorry. I can't seem to help it. All the creatures contradict me so. They don't seem to think I amount to anything at all. The question is, do you? I'm afraid I don't amount to much. All the creatures look down on me. It upsets me. That's because you're afraid you don't amount to very much. You'll never belong in the trial till you get over that. Oh, Pat, can you tell me I can stop feeling like that? Yes, but it's of no use whatever to tell you. Why not? Well, you'll never know until you've done it. It sounds sort of easy. Just try not let them make me feel good for nothing. That's it. I can't wait to find someone to begin. I can hardly wait. Who's that?
Well, I'm the griffin, and that's the mock turtle.
I never saw a mock turtle before. What's she like?
Well, she's the one they make mock turtle soup of. Of course.
You little
teaching manners.
Manners are taught in lessons.
Oh dear, well that's all you know about it.
It's the very first lesson we had in school. Our teacher was an old turtle. We called him Tortoise.
But why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
Oh, we called him Tortoise because he taught us. Really, you are very dull.
What else had you learned besides manners?
The basic arithmetic, ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
How many hours a day had you to do lessons?
Well, 9 the first, 8 the second, and so on and so on.
What a curious plan.
Well, dear, that's why they're called lessons. Because they lesson from day to day.
Anyone might know that.
How did you manage the 11th day?
We danced the lobster quadrille.
I never heard of a lobster quadrille.
I don't suppose she could dance it with us.
I think I could, if you'll show me the steps. I took a prize in dancing class the week ago Saturday. Let's begin.
Will you walk a little faster?
Said waiting to a snail,
There's a porpoise close behind us.
and he's treading on my tail.
See how eagerly the lobsters.
And the turtle's all advanced.
They are waiting on a shingle. Will you come and join the dance?
Will you?
Won't you?
Will you?
Won't you?
Won't you join the dance?
Well, there is no use going on with her. She doesn't know anything at all. Would not join the dance. Would not join the dance.
That you did. I would have loved to run the anything in the world.
Did you say wouldn't or couldn't?
I said wouldn't, but I'm afraid I meant couldn't.
I thought you did.
If you think we're waxworks, you ought to pay, you know.
If you think we're alive, you ought to speak.
I'm very sorry if I was rude, I'm sure.
I know what you're thinking, but it isn't so. No how.
Contrary-wise, it might be if it were so, and it would be if it were so, but as it is, it ain't, and that's logic.
I was thinking I know who you two are. Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
You've begun wrong. The first thing you do in a visit is say, how do you do, and shake hands. How do you do, and shake hands, shake hands, shake hands. How do you do, and shake hands, and that's the way we start.
You see, I can dance, but it's a sensible dance.
Did you think you could?
Well, things are so queer lately. Everything I do is wrong.
What kind of things?
Well, poetry.
Do
You like poetry?
Some poetry, when I know what it means.
That sounds clever!
But the problem is, not everything that sounds clever is clever. Know how?
Contrary-wise.
We must find out, is she stupid, or does she only seem stupid?
We'll try her on a poem. What shall we recite?
The walrus and the carpenter is the longest.
And has illustration!
A little sort of examination.
Oh, to see whether you are clever or stupid.
Oh, dear.
Do you like illustrations?
Oh, yes. Illustrations are the best part of the book.
Then look behind you.
Oh. What is it about?
It's about the walrus.
And the carpenter.
They were walking along the seashore, and they got very hungry.
And they remembered the oysters who lived in the sea.
Now comes the first part of the examination.
We'll recite the poem.
Once a walrus met a carpenter. The sea was green and grand, but the beach was wide from side to side, much too full of sand.
Mr. Walrus, said the carpenter,
wax of cabbages and beans.
And why the sea is boiling hot and weather makes up peace.
A Kalena wax and beans. It's for oysters, said the walls. We invite you one and each. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach.
But the eldest of the oysters, we showed his head and he screamed and heaved and hollered, leave the happy oyster man.
So the oysters went to fall out, and their shells and shoes were neat. But I fear, my dear, you'll find this queer, because they had no feet.
So the oysters all were out of breath, and they said, let's stop and chat. But those of us are ready to rest to see who wants to
Rat, the time has come, the walrus said, who speak of other things, of ships and ships and sailing wax, of cabbages and beans.
And why the sea is boiling hot and weather makes up peace.
A Kalena wax today for cabbages and beans. Said the walrus, just a look, is exactly what we need. And some pepper and some vinegar are very good indeed.
If you're ready, little oyster friends, we can now begin to feed. But not on us, the oysters will try to say begin to feed.
Boiling for you,
Said the walrus,
and I deeply sympathize.
and he held his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes.
Little oysters, said the carpenter, whatever there be done. And this was scarcely on was lady and everyone.
Oh, the time has come,
The walrus said,
to speak of ships, ships, and sailing wax, of cabbages and beans.
And why the sea is boiling hot and the weather makes up flames.
A Kalena wax today with cabbages and beans.
now comes the first part of the examination. We're going to see if you can make up your mind.
What must I make up my mind about?
Which you like better, the walrus?
Or the carpenter.
Come now, that ought to be easy.
Know how.
And cherry wise.
It's very hard. I think I like the walrus better because he felt a little sorry for the poor oysters.
But you see, he held his handkerchief in front, so the carpenter couldn't see how many he took.
And that was me. You would like the carpenter better if he didn't eat as many as the walrus.
But he ate as many as he could get, and he wanted more.
And then I don't like them at all. They're both very unpleasant characters.
I'm afraid she can't make up her mind.
And so,
Which do you like better?
neither one. You can't like anyone better if you don't like him at all. Well, I don't like the walrus, and I don't like the carpenter, so I can't like either one of them better. It's a foolish question.
She can make up her mind.
That stupid child!
She's very clever indeed. Now we must battle.
I really must be going.
Yes!
Watch out now, Five. Don't go splashing paint all over me like
I
that.
couldn't help it. Seven jogged my elbow.
That's right, Five. Always like blame for the others.
Oh, you'd better not talk. I heard only yesterday that the Queen said you were to be beheaded.
What? What for?
That's none of your business, too.
Oh, yes, it is his business, and I'll tell him. It was for giving the cook tulip bulbs instead of onions.
Don't all be unjust.
Oh, please, will you tell me why you're painting those roses?
Well, you see here, miss, this ought to have been a red rose tree, but we put a white one in by mistake. And if the Queen were to find out, we should all have our heads cut off, you see? So...
The Queen! The Queen!
Who is this? I don't know, dear.
Fool. Child, what is your name?
My name is Alice, please your majesty. Why, they're only a pack of cards after all. I needn't be afraid of them.
And who is this?
How should I know? It's no business of mine.
Get up. Turn them over. What have you been doing here?
Well, you see, Your Majesty, we were just trying to...
I see. Off with their heads, executioner!
You won't be beheaded.
Are their heads off? Their heads are gone, if it please your majesty. Child, can you play croquet?
Yes.
Come with me.
You're all very kind, I'm sure. But if I was play with queens.
Speak when you're spoken to.
But if everyone obeyed that rule, and you only spoke when you were spoken to, and the other person always waited for you to begin, nobody would ever say anything.
What did you mean by if I'm to play with queens?
You can't play with us, you know, until you pass the proper examination.
What did you mean?
I only said if.
She says she only said if.
And she said a great deal more than that.
A great deal more.
I'm sure I didn't mean.
You should have meant what you suppose is the use of a child without any meaning.
Even a joke has some meaning, and a child is more important than a joke.
I hope...
You couldn't deny that if you tried with both
I
hands.
don't deny things with my hands.
Nobody said you did. Can you addition?
Of course I can.
What? 1 and 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 1.
I don't know, I love cows.
She can't do addition. Can you do subtraction?
Yes.
Take 9 from 8.
It's not for me, you can't, you
She
know.
can't do subtraction.
Did you say you could play croquet?
I used to be very good at it,
Let's see you with the stake then.
I give you 3 strokes. Hit or off with your head.
but I don't see any stake.
There!
Play.
I wish you wouldn't all keep looking at me like that.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Missed. 1.
Stop!
What's a game?
Over here.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Miss. 2.
It isn't a bit fair.
On with the game.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Miss. 3. Off with their head. Off with their head.
The king will pardon you as soon as he's out of sight. He always does.
What was that you said?
It was of no consequence, Your Majesty, no consequence at all.
Where are my tarts? Executioner! Look, he stole my tarts.
No, Your Majesty.
Silence.
It wasn't the name, Your Majesty.
Who was it then?
off his head till he's had a trial.
Who says so?
I say so.
The trial's beginning! The trial's beginning!
So we did it!
Did what?
Stayed in one place till time for the trial. Now that's speed.
It looks like the very same garden we were when we started to run.
You'd have to run twice as fast to get anywhere else. It takes everything you've got to keep the clock from turning back.
How strange. It happens every day.
Oh, you don't notice it.
They're all going to be late. Help me along.
Oh, please, I'd like to rest a little. It seems that the trial really has come here. Those must be the seats for the judges, and these must be for the jury. I suppose that's why they talk about a jury box in the paper. Oh, there seems to be a great deal of them here. Other than that, it looks just the same as it was. I declare, it's really too bad you could run like that just to stay where you are.
It's worse to go backwards, you know.
Do you think the knave really stole those tarts?
Well, what's your opinion?
I haven't any opinion yet. Because I'm not sure it's the Queen's tarts I saw someone else eat. It'd be a lot easier to have an opinion if I knew what I was talking about.
You're wrong about that. The less you know, the faster you get opinions.
Anyways, the Queen hasn't any right to say, off with his head like that without having a trial first. Well, supposing he didn't do it. Well, that'd be all the better, wouldn't it? Of course it'd be all the better his not doing it. But it wouldn't be all the better his being punished for it.
You're wrong about that.
Oh my goodness, here they come!
You're all late. Up with your heads.
You were late yourself, Your Majesty.
You don't mention that.
What are you writing?
Oh, well, we were writing down our names if we forget them before the trial is over.
Order in the court! Order in the court! Order in the court! Order in the court! Harold, read the accusation.
Okay.
The Queen of Tarts! No. The Queen of Hearts! She made some tarts on a summer day! The name of tarts! The name of Hearts! He stole those tarts and took them quite away! Consider your verdict.
No, not yet. There's a great deal coming for that.
Call the first witness. First witness! The Mad Hatter!
Hatter, your seat's over here. Your seat.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty, for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
You ought to have finished. When did you begin?
14th of March. I think it was.
15th? Write that down. Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Stolen!
No, I keep them to sell. I'm none of my own. I'm a hatter.
Give your evidence and don't be so nervous, or I'll have you executed on the spot.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and, well, it hadn't begun not above a week or so, and what with the bread and the butter getting so thin, and the twinkling of the tea, and I just...
What?
It began with the tea!
Pause twinkling into the tea! You take me for a dunce? Go on!
Well, and then the March Hare said...
I did it!
You did!
I deny it! She denies it. that part out.
At any rate, the dormouse said, and then I had some more bread and butter.
Well, what did the dormouse say?
That I can't remember.
You must remember.
Or I'll have you executed.
That's all you know about it. You may stand down.
I can't go no lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Then you may sit down.
Twinkle, 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 twinkle.
Press that dormouse.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Bring that dormouse out of court. I said sit down.
I'd rather finish my tea.
You may go.
And just take off and outside.
Oh, call the next witness.
Next witness! The cook!
Chim! Were you there when the queen made her toss?
I was. Your Majesty, you must cross-examine this man.
Oh, very well. If I must, I must. Was there anyone else in the kitchen?
Yeah,
Man or woman?
man.
Describe his costume.
I can't. I didn't see him.
She didn't see him, Your Majesty, because she didn't look where he was.
Where was he?
I don't know. Behind flour barrels, under doors, in ovens, places like that.
Then how do you know he was there?
I heard him sneeze.
Try the prisoner with pepper. The prisoner was in the kitchen. Write that down.
That's not right. When I was in the garden, I saw them.
Mind your own business.
Call the next witness.
Next witness! The name!
Really, my dear, you must cross-examine this witness. It quite makes my forehead ache.
Where were you when the toss was about to cool?
In the garden.
Did you see anyone there?
Saw the cook.
Nothing of the sort. Ask him if he spoke to anyone. He spoke with me.
Did he show any signs of eating tarts?
He'd eaten a great many.
How did you know?
He said they were very good.
I deny that.
Yay!
Press that dormouse.
Bring that dormouse.
Your Majesty, where's the prisoner?
Oh, never mind. Call the next witness.
I wonder who the next witness will be because they haven't got much evidence yet.
Next witness! Alice!
I'm glad I get to testify. I have some evidence to give.
Your Majesty, I found this in the garden. It's a scroll.
What's in it?
I don't know. Seems to be a letter written by the prisoner.
Well, then who is it directed to?
I don't know, and that's the strangest part of it.
Is it in the prisoner's handwriting?
No, and that's the queerest thing about it.
Ooh, she must have imitated someone else's hand?
There's no name signed at the end.
That only makes matters worse. If he were an honest man, he would have signed his own name to it.
And that proves his guilt.
That doesn't prove anything of the sort. You don't even know what the letter says.
The herald read it.
Why, Your Majesty, it isn't a letter at all. It's a set of verses.
He's disguised his handwriting.
It's a secret code.
Can anyone else read this scroll? No? It's plain the prisoner wrote it that way so nobody could on purpose. It's terrible.
You don't know whether it's terrible or not till you know what it says. Anyway, nobody knows if the name wrote it.
If he didn't write it, then he wrote it for someone else to read.
Oh dear.
You read it.
It seems like I've seen writing here like this somewhere before. If only I could remember where I was, what I was doing. Yes, I was combing my hair. I found the looking glass. It's looking glass writing. All you have to do is read it backwards. And the title is Jabberwocky.
Okay, let her read it, Your Majesty. Let her read it without a stop.
Oh, I give you 182 seconds.
Jabberwocky was grilling and the silly toasted jar of thimble in the wind. All busy were the borrowed toast and the bone rats out came. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the jaws that catch. Beware the choo-choo bird and shun, the broom in his gander stash. He took his forkful, sword in hand, long time the maxim grow he thought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as an impish duck with eyes of flint, came quickly through the toldy wood, and burbled as he came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the purple pig went snicker snack. He left it checked, and with its head he whipped the lumping back. And hast thou seen he chortled in his joy? 182! You mean to say it?
How do you know that's what it says?
Just turn it around and see for yourself. There.
Hold your tongue. Off with her head. Off with her head.
Off with her head!
Who cares for you? You're nothing but a pack of cards anyway. You don't amount to anything at all.
She doesn't feel good for nothing anymore.
No how.
Contrary-wise, no how.
Alice, wake up and fall asleep. I had the strangest dream. There was a...
Alice, it's getting late. Tell me all about it on the way home.